Let me tell you something right now. Hard times create strong men. That's the way the world works. You think history was ever easy? You think men before you had it simple? Weak men sit around complaining about their lives, acting like they're victims, waiting for some miracle to come and save them. But strong men, real men, thrive in the struggle. They welcome the pain. They get stronger with every hit, every setback, every ounce of pressure life throws at them. Listen, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't wake up one day in a mansion with the Bugatti in the driveway. I was broke. I was fighting every single day, fighting to make money, fighting to survive, fighting to build the life I have now. I had nothing. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. Because if I had been born into comfort, if I had been handed success, I would have never become the man I am today. You see, the world wants to keep you weak. The system is designed to keep you broke, distracted, and powerless. They want you addicted to nonsense, mindless entertainment, useless distractions, garbage filling your mind, while they build their empires and you waste your life away. But I'll tell you this, if you don't take control of your own destiny, someone else will. If you don't push yourself to the absolute limit, you will always be average, and average is the same as invisible. When I was a kid, I didn't have the luxury of taking side, undisciplined, and whether you feel like it or not. You think the strongest men in history waited until they felt good before they took action? No. They acted despite the pain, despite the struggle, despite the fear. I don't care how tired you are. I don't care how unfair life is. The truth is, nobody cares. You can either cry about it or you can get stronger. You can either stay weak and complain, or you can build yourself into a force so powerful that nothing can break you. Look around you. The world is designed to break weak men. Every single day you are being tested. Society wants you soft. They want you weak. They want you docile, lazy, obedient. Because weak men are easy to control. But you weren't born to be controlled. You were born to dominate. Success is reserved for the few who are willing to do what others won't. The ones who are willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to put in the hours, to bleed for what they want. The road to greatness is paved with struggle, pain, and hardship. If you're not ready to embrace that, you don't deserve success. You say you want to be rich. You say you want to be powerful, but are you actually doing what it takes? Are you cutting out distractions? Are you sacrificing comfort for discipline? Are you doing what needs to be done when nobody's watching? Or are you just another one of those guys who talks big but never backs it up? Your life is a reflection of the choices you make every single day. And right now, you are either stepping into your power or throwing it away. You either rise or you fall. You either become a man who dominates or you become another faceless, forgotten nobody. I know what I've chosen. I chose to be relentless. I chose to push myself past my limits. I chose to become a warrior in a world full of sheep. And now I live the life I built with my own blood, sweat, and discipline. The question is, what will you choose? You have to understand something. Life doesn't care about your feelings. The universe doesn't hand out rewards for excuses. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to come knocking on your door and say, hey, I see you've had it tough. Here's success on a silver platter. That's not how it works. You either take what you want or you get nothing. You either rise above the struggle or you become a casualty of it. The weak man waits. He waits for the right time. He waits for motivation. He waits for permission. And guess what? He waits his entire life and ends up with nothing. Because while he was waiting, the strong men, the real men, were out there taking action, making moves, building themselves into something unstoppable. And that's what you need to understand. There is no perfect moment. There is no right time. The right time is now. The right time is always now. Because every second you spend waiting is a second stolen from your future. I know some of you are thinking, but Tate, it's hard. Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. That's what makes it worth it. If it were easy, everybody would do it. If success was just handed out to anyone who wanted it, the world would be full of millionaires, champions, and leaders. But it's not, because most people don't have what it takes. Most people aren't willing to suffer for it. You need to make a decision. Do you want to be like the majority, the weak men who accept their mediocre existence? Or do you want to be one of the few who actually steps up and claims what's his? Because let me tell you something, nobody is going to hand you power. Nobody is going to hand you respect. You have to take it. You have to earn it. And the only way to do that is through relentless discipline, focus, and an unshakable belief in your own ability to win. Look at history. Every great man who ever lived, every warrior, every conqueror, every champion, They all had one thing in common. They refused to accept mediocrity. They refused to be weak. They refused to let the world break them. Do you think Alexander the Great sat around making excuses? Do you think Julius Caesar said, oh, it's too hard, I don't feel like it today? No. They got up, they fought, they conquered. And that same warrior spirit, that same fire is inside of you. The only question is, are you going to unleash it, or are you going to let it die inside you like the millions of other men who never had the courage to rise? The truth is, you have two choices: suffer now or suffer forever. Because if you think struggling for success is hard, wait until you experience the regret of not trying. The regret of being old, weak, and irrelevant, looking back on your life knowing you wasted it. Knowing you had the potential to be great, but you threw it all away for comfort, for laziness, for distractions. And let me tell you, nothing is more painful than that. Nothing. I would rather suffer every single day, push myself to the absolute limit, bleed, sweat, and struggle, than live a life of regret. And that's why I wake up every morning with the same drive, the same fire, the same hunger to win. Because I refuse to be average. I refuse to be weak. I refuse to be anything less than extraordinary. And you should refuse too. Because let's be real, most of you aren't even close to your full potential. You think you're working hard? You think you're doing enough? You're not. You wake up late, scroll through your phone, waste time on nonsense, and then complain that you're not rich, that you're not successful, that you're not where you want to be. Wake up. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success doesn't care about your excuses, and time is running out. Every single second that passes is a second you will never get back. Every minute you spend on distractions is a minute you could have spent building your empire. Every day you waste is a day stolen from your future. And I get it. Society has brainwashed you to be weak. They've told you that struggle is bad, that pain is something to avoid, that you should take it easy, relax, enjoy life. But that's the trap, because the moment you start getting comfortable is the moment you start dying. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. The moment you accept comfort, you stop growing. You stop evolving. You stop becoming the best version of yourself. And once you stop growing, you start falling. That's why I keep pushing. That's why I keep manipulate you to make you another cog in their machine. The system wants you weak. It wants you soft. It wants you so distracted with nonsense that you don't even realize you're a slave. A slave to comfort, a slave to pleasure, a slave to your own weakness. But you don't have to be. You can break free. You can rise above it. But it won't be easy. Nothing worth having is easy. That's the whole point. The struggle is what makes you strong. The pain is what makes you powerful. The suffering is what separates the men from the boys. I've been there. I've been at rock bottom. I've been broke, working jobs I hated, fighting just to survive, but I refuse to accept it. I refuse to be another weak man waiting for life to hand me something it was never going to give. So I took control. I got up, I fought, I trained, I sacrificed. I made sure every single day I was becoming better, stronger, sharper, more dangerous. And now I'm untouchable. Now I live life on my own terms, and you can too. But you have to stop lying to yourself. You have to stop making excuses. You have to stop pretending like you're trying when deep down you know you're not doing enough. You're not pushing hard enough. You're not sacrificing enough. Greatness requires a price, and that price is your comfort. Are you willing to give up the distractions? Are you willing to cut off the people who are holding you back? Are you willing to work when nobody's watching, when nobody's applauding, when nobody even believes in you? Because that's what it takes. Weak men crumble when things get hard, and you have to decide now, because time is running out. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Every moment you waste is another step closer to a life of regret. And let me tell you, the worst pain in the world is not failure. The worst pain in the world is looking back and knowing you never even tried. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep wasting time, keep making excuses, keep being weak? Or are you going to rise? Are you going to take control? Are you going to become the man you were born to be? The choice is yours, but make it now, because the world doesn't wait for weak men. Let me tell you something right now. This is your last warning. You don't have forever. The clock is ticking, and every wasted second is a second stolen from your future. Every moment you spend hesitating, doubting, procrastinating is another moment lost to weakness. And let me be brutally honest with you. Weak men don't win. Weak men get left behind. Weak men become nothing. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to wake you up. Because if you don't make a change now, you never will. The comfortable life you're living, the easy choices you're making, the distractions you're indulging in, they're all setting you up for failure. They are killing the man you were meant to be. You think you have time? You don't. Life is ruthless. One day you'll wake up and you won't be young anymore. You won't have the same energy, the same fire, the same opportunities. One day you'll look in the mirror and realize it's too late. And when that moment comes, you will feel a pain deeper than anything you've ever known. The pain of regret. That's the worst part about weakness. It doesn't just ruin your present. It destroys your future. It steals your potential. It robs you of your dreams. And worst of all, it makes you look back on your life with nothing but shame. And let me tell you something, no amount of money, no amount of comfort, no amount of distractions can ever erase the pain of a wasted life. But if you act now, if you commit, if you dedicate yourself, if you throw every ounce of your soul into becoming the strongest, smartest, hardest working man you can be, you will never feel that pain. Instead, you will wake up every day with pride, with power, with the knowledge that you are exactly who you are meant to be. You will not be another forgotten man. You will not be another statistic, another failure, another nobody who let life walk all over him. You will be a force to be reckoned with. A man of strength, of discipline, of relentless purpose. That is what life is about. Not comfort, not pleasure, not wasting your time with meaningless nonsense. Life is about domination. Life is about power. Life is about waking up every day knowing you are the master of your fate, the ruler of your own destiny. And the only way to achieve that is to stop making excuses. Right now, because this is the moment, this is the turning point. Right here, right now, you make a choice. Stay weak and accept mediocrity, or rise up and claim your place among the strong. This is not for everyone. Most men will choose the easy road. Most men will stay weak. Most men will waste their lives. But you have the chance to be different. You have the chance to step up, to break free from the system, to forge yourself into something greater than you ever imagined. You have the chance to be a warrior in a world of cowards, but you have to decide, and you have to decide now. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more weakness. Rise, because the world belongs to strong men, and weak men will be forgotten. The choice is yours. Make the right one.